Hello everyone, my name is Leigh Noy and I'm from the Strategic Services team here in Optimove. I'd like to invite Oskar Kerola to the stage. Oskar is the head of CRM at Nellie, a leading online retailer in the Nordic countries. And he's come all the way here from Stockholm to present a case study of the work we've done with Nellie.
All right, so thank you for inviting me here, Leigh, and thank you, Optimove, for inviting me to beautiful Tel Aviv. I've really much enjoyed it so far, and the day has been great so far, so thank you.
So, Oskar, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. I'm Oskar from Sweden, and basically I'm pretty much of a sporty guy, so I'm like to compete, and I think that is a good quality to have in business as well. And I've been at Nelly for 5 years, so I started off doing economics and also as a controller, mostly for purchasing. But now I'm at the marketing department and CRM manager since a bit more than a year. So I'm leading the development we're doing there and trying to reach out to more of our customers that we do see. So yeah, that's basically it about me.
So for people in the audience that aren't familiar with your brand, can you please tell us a little bit about your company, about Nellie?
Yeah, so Nelly is, we're the major fashion destination in the Nordic region in Scandinavia, and we're selling women's clothing, mostly to women between 16 and 27 years of age. We're also selling menswear, and we do have our shopping club called Members. But we're a retailing company, and our turnover last year was about $200 million. And since I got to the company 5 years ago, we have increased sales from about $30 million. So we have been on quite a journey, and right now we're at the moment where sort of the market in Scandinavia has been quite, we have penetrated it quite good, so we have about 50% of young girls between 16 and 27 that actually has made an order at Nelly. So we're going from acquiring customers more into the CRM part of things. So it's getting more and more important to us. So that's Nelly, and we're also part of a group called the Qliro Group, and they're a part of a company called Kinnevik, which also holds stakes in big companies like Zalando from Germany, so they're a big competitor. We're basically an online retail group, yeah.
So let's talk audience. Can you describe the Nelly customer profile? Who is your customer persona?
Yeah, so we definitely have an engaged customer. The Nelly girl, the typical Nelly girl, she's young and outgoing and likes to party. So naturally, we are selling party dresses as our major product category. And our customers is following a lot of influencers on social media. So we need to take that into consideration during our marketing. So affiliate marketing is a big part of our marketing strategy. But naturally, we're doing all the classic channels as well. And so since the industry also is turning into more and more fast fashion, we need to be up to speed with following the trends, not only with the products, but also with the marketing. So that's where we are.
Well, that sounds like a typical millennial. For this generation, loyalty is long dead. What are the challenges that you encounter when you engage this type of customers?
Yeah, as you said, things are getting more and more competitive on the market, and as CRM manager, it's good to be competitive, as I initially said, because we need to fight for our customers, especially the fashion industry being very competitive with new up-and-comers, and we do have a lot of big brands out there. So what our major, the major challenge for us is to, stay relevant in every communication all the time to our customer. We do have our big campaign scheme, so to speak, where we're planning week by week, we're following the seasonal trends, but we definitely are investing more in the CRM strategy, where we do a lot of these customized communications to the people, and we need to stay relevant in every part of that. Because as an important note there is that if we keep on repeating irrelevant messaging to our customers, we are seeing that they are losing interest, and we cannot do that really. So we need to stay relevant all the time.
Can I assume that's the reason you decided to start working with Optimove? Or let me rephrase. You've been working with Optimove now for the past 3 years. Back in the day, what led you guys to choose Optimove and start working with us?
Yeah, so I wasn't in the process when we started to work with Optimove, since it's 3 years ago. But I know for a fact that we were looking for a business partner that provided a 360 solution for being able to provide good analyzations tools, and we wanted a marketing hub where we could steer all our campaigns through one hub. So Optimove definitely gave that ability to us. So that's where we started off, and it's a good fit. And also, you guys are providing professional services, and as a part of your team, we have stayed much in contact, and that's also an important thing for us to get the expertise from outside and from your side of things. So Optimove is a good fit for Nelly.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Inevitable to ask, how did using Optimove change the way Nelly communicates with its customers? How did it change your retention efforts generally?
Yeah, so looking a couple of years back, we were mostly doing the big blast kind of communication to our customers, where we're sending emails to all our customers in our database. We have definitely turned more into creating smaller target groups. So just looking a year back, we now are having 10 times more unique target groups, where I think 50% of them are less than 500 customers. So we are in this sort of a journey where we are adapting more and more strategies and more unique campaigns all the time. So Optimove is a great tool in providing the analysis of where we need to focus. And also, as I said, your team from the strategic service, you're helping us pointing out where to take the actions. And yeah, that's great. Since Nelly is employing about 350 employees, so we're pretty big, but we are up and rising. So we don't have a whole big team working with this. So it's great that you guys are helping us out with it.
Thank you. You mentioned some stats which sounded amazing. I'm convinced they indicate a paradigm shift. Nelly basically became a customer-centric, per se. Can your day-to-day with Optimove reflect this shift? What does it normally look like, the process that you do, your day-to-day with Optimove?
Yeah, so we are reaching about 12 million unique customers. No, sorry, I'm wrong there. We are having 12 million contacts with our customer each week, And so what we're doing with all these communication is basically testing and analyzing new campaigns all the time. There's definitely a big trial and error part of this, where I think somebody told earlier, you are going to fail a lot of the time in the campaigns, and you need to tweak the messaging all the time. So it's a constant process of doing that. And yeah, you know, and you learn more and more each week of what customers are engaged by. And we definitely see that if we're creating more engaging material, we don't have to give our customers as much discount, you know, to get the results we're looking at. So we are producing all material in-house for our marketing, and that's a big part of it, to be able to tweak messaging and to try different content, and you know, just to learn what the customers are engaged by. And also we are definitely realizing that the omni-channel experience for the customers is paying off. So what we're trying to do is we try to create the whole sort of journey when a customer get to a campaign, where we, for example, sending an email. I can take an example of a campaign we're running where we're selling both in-house brands at Nelly and also external brands. But we have been seeing that we get the most lifetime value out of a customer when they are buying both the in-house brands and external brands. So we have adopted some campaigns where if a customer in their first purchase have only purchased external brands, we give them the offer to buy our private labels, our in-house brand, on a good discount. And so we send an email on that, and then if they are not responding to that email, a couple of days later, we are having them in a target group where we are sending them to Facebook, and we are following up on the initial contact. So we have them in that Facebook target group for a couple of days. And if we're not seeing they're responding on that, we can go ahead and do an SMS, text messaging push, if we're feeling that it's relevant for that campaign. And we're also looking into, we are to integrate the real-time triggers on site that you guys have provided. We're also developing our app, and so the push notifications through the app is definitely also going to be a good way for us to communicate and to follow up on these campaigns steps all the way. So, yeah.
Could you share a few of your success matrix with us, the ones you've achieved as a customer-centric brand?
Yeah, so we are seeing from all campaigns we're running in total in Optimove, we're seeing about $1 million uplift actually each month from the campaigns we're measuring. So that's a major part of it. Not all of these campaigns are automated, but a lot of them are. So we're seeing that the effort we're doing definitely are paying off. Also we are getting about 75% customer coverage by the campaigns we're running. We could get that to a high number, but we want to make sure not to waste our money on customers that we have lapsed too much. So Optimove is definitely providing the opportunity to reach all customers. And now I'm speaking especially via Facebook marketing and Instagram marketing. But so we're pretty happy about that number. And we're having about 75% automated campaigns at the moment. And also looking at Facebook itself, we have, thanks to Optimove and thanks to the different customer lifecycle stages, we have been able to decrease our costs for we have increased our return on investment for customers in Optimove, and we have decreased our cost per click actually on Facebook with about 20% year to date this year compared to last year. So since we're having different bidding strategies through different customer lifecycle stages in Facebook, we can manage to choose to spend more on the customers we want, and the dumb customers we can choose not to spend any money on. So that's really working out good for us. And the same goes for marketing via AdWords and the search. We use Optimove as a tool to upload customer target groups into AdWords search marketing, so we can apply different bidding strategies there as well. So all in all, it's helping us to optimize our marketing spend throughout our different channels, not only just having the automated recurring campaigns.
Those numbers are very impressive. Obviously, it takes a very good CRM team to get to these results with Optimove. Let me ask you a more general question. What do you think makes a good driver? What is necessary for a CRM manager in order to succeed?
Yeah, you definitely need to be eager to test and keep on measuring and look for new facts to reconsider. Since it's a constant process of evolving this side of the business for us. You need to keep on track and always be sure that you are trying to get some kind of an output for each campaign. So yeah, it's a constant process there. And also look for external help. That has been working out good for us, to work with you guys in the service team, since I guess there are many businesses here as well that are like us, that you are in a growing phase and not everybody has the same kind of resources to have a huge CRM team. So in that way, it's very much good to get help from you guys. And especially what you need to do is you need to keep a good helicopter view of things. So we are measuring how much sales we're getting through our different customer life cycle stages. So in our budgeting process, we actually break it down to how many reactivations from the churn customers do we need to get each month for each market. So for instance, if we're seeing that we are dropping numbers in Denmark in reactivations, we can take actions on those segments and do pushes and invest more marketing money on those customers. So if you go by that sort of a helicopter view from the start, it's much more easier to dig down deep in every branch of your customers to take actions. So yeah, that's some of the things you can consider as working with a CRM.
Well, thank you. Just to wrap things up, before we take a few questions from the audience, what were your words of wisdom be to the Optimove users? What's your advice for Optimove drivers?
Yeah, so as I said, definitely to keep on trying, keep on pushing things, and expect to do some errors and not be afraid of. That's the way to go to success. You cannot be afraid of making any mistakes. And also, I would like to just briefly note about the fact of giving Optimove the right data from the beginning. So you definitely need a good tech setup from start for you guys to be able to do what you're best in analyzing that sort of data. So before moving ahead and integrating fully with Optimove, make sure that you definitely get everything in the information that you want to be able to analyze later on. So yeah, that would be some of the words for a good CRM driver.
Great, thank you. Does anyone in the audience have any questions for Oskar? Let me just repeat the question. The question was if Nellie uses any other platforms in order to advertise.
Yeah, was that good? Yeah, exactly. We like for Facebook, for instance, or Google AdWords. We are using Optimove to create the target groups that will later on audiences. Yeah, yeah, and we upload them to AdWords, exactly. And also the same thing in for Facebook, where we're using the tools provided, where we can have automated target groups uploaded to Facebook Business Manager, and there we can choose in those tools which kind of bid we want to give to an active customer, and we can put a lower bid on a customer where we're not expecting that customer to buy. So in that way, we're trying to optimize our marketing spend throughout every channel. So same goes for AdWords as well. And now, in the latest release, Optimove made it possible to upload your target groups to the Google Display Network. And we haven't integrated that yet. Yeah, Google Display Network. Yeah. So we will be able to have the same kind of strategy in spending money on display.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Oskar, and thank you guys for listening.